family that stand out in my memory are the Lambeth family, and the whole family, there were 5 or 6, I think there were 6, and they were all born blind, and they all grew up and went through the national workshops for the blind. And in fact, Sheila, who is also interested, married one of them after he lost his wife.
Although he was one of my clients, I knew him socially more. I knew his wife, his first wife. And when she died, I sort of took him over. Well, he had rather a bright son who was over in Canada, and he would have had to give up his job and come and look after Dad. And, you know, I was quite friendly with the family, so I took him on.
So what was his name?
Jack, well, he was John, really,
Yes.
Lambeth. He was born in 1897. He was a country boy in Selsey. His father was a shepherd, and he was the 13th boy in 15 children. Now, of course, in those days, apart from not knowing much about contraception, they didn't know much about the condition of the eyes. And his condition was retinitis pigmentosa. And of the family, 4 boys and 1 girl had it. Because they either didn't get advice about the condition and went on having children. I don't know. But it was his mother that made the most impression. They thought the world of her mother. There was no financial help, no child benefit for the family. The mother was quite remarkable because having had all these children, she had to look after them all without much money. She would get up early in the morning and go out into the fields and pick mushrooms, barter them with the butcher for some bread. And, you know, they grew vegetables and they had the odd rabbit and whatnot. But Jack always said he had a very happy childhood. He didn't feel that they were deprived in any way, which is quite interesting. They could all see in the daytime up to around about the age of 20. And then at night, however bright the moon, they could see nothing. Jack was remarkable in the way he got about. He didn't want a guide dog, and I think he was too old, really. But he had on his shoes studs, which made a noise. If he passed a parking car, we'd get a noise reflected from it. They went to a school for the blind in Leatherhead. And there they had a reasonable education as things go. At the blind school, you might be interested in the way they learnt arithmetic, which is a thing like that, but don't ask me how it works.
Oh, gosh.
Because I don't know. That is quite a museum piece, I think. But of course, in those days, the jobs that blind people could do were few and far between. So he trained, first of all, as a mat maker. Then he was a basket maker.
What did he say about his days at school? Did he enjoy them?
I think he did enjoy them. He enjoyed basket making and mat making. But, you know, he was very bright and he was just born too soon.
I was just going to say that. It's not much of a ambition,
terrible.
Is it, to be a
That's
basket maker?
Well, his brother Percy was a basket maker and stayed as one. But Jack, when they left the blind school, I think set up with one of the other brothers a basket making shop. They had no financial help, so they had to go round with examples of their work to try and get work, you know. And as it was so badly paid, another brother of his said, well, why don't you do piano tuning? Which is what he did. But he was never as happy tuning pianos as doing basket work. but it paid more. We had Percy, a basket maker, and Ernie was a basket maker. The girl did machine knitting, which was another feminine thing. The girl who was blind lived with a sighted sister. Now, Jack married when he was about 30 to a sighted person. And so did Percy come to that. Another perhaps interesting fact is that their parents were cousins, which might have accounted for this being hereditary, this trouble. Well, when I worked in Worthing, he was one of my clients, as it were, but I did know him previously because I knew the family. I think possibly we went to the same church at one time.
In Worthing?
Yes.
Oh, which one was it?
We're Christian Science, funnily enough.
Really?
Yes. But Christian Science is more of a metaphysical religion. It deals with, well, non-matter, really. But I'm not a very good exponent of it, I'm afraid.
Well, you look in very good health, though, I must say. So I think maybe you are.
Well, I think it has helped.